20 questions. You start asking this, or 10 questions. Let's do 10.
Okay, 10 questions. Greatest martini livery. On which car?
917.
The greatest Formula 1 car. In your opinion?
The 91 season, I think the Prost Senna season, no, where they took each other out. The
McLarens.
McLaren Honda FP4 12, I think it was.
Okay.
The McLarens from that time, yeah.
The most iconic rally car.
Quattro. Not just because I'm in Audi right now, but the Quattro that was developed by Piek.
Okay, the greatest car engineer.
Oof, that's a tough one. God, greatest car engineer. See, I'm a fan of Piek. I'm a fan of Piek.
Okay, so between Piek and Soichiro Honda. And Wolfgang Porsche. Ferdinand Porsche, sorry.
Ferdinand.
Yeah.
I would take the grandson of the grandfather, weirdly enough. I mean, the grandfather was a genius, but the grandson, in terms of everything he did as a businessman as well, Soichiro Honda for both two-wheelers and four-wheelers and, everything that he's done. I mean, think of Honda from a two-wheeler point of view. He's given mobility to the masses in a way nobody else has. So maybe Honda. Piek, because he's also evolved manufacturing, because the entire platform strategy that the Volkswagen Group, now everybody has a platform. That was Piek did. And as a businessman, the entire Volkswagen, Porsche bullshit that went down. But yeah, Piek overall, but not just, but as an engineer, purely engineer, maybe Honda.
Okay. Formula 1 or MotoGP?
Formula 1.
Why?
Prefer four wheels. Yeah. I'm very bad on a bike, but I love Valentino Rossi, I love Marc Marquez, I love watching MotoGP. But I've been following Formula 1 for longer, and I've always four wheels all the time for me.
Okay, car or SUV?
Sedan, always lower down, better.
But considering your roads?
So you're driving a sporty style SUV right now. I mean, I know what's happening. SUVs have become very good, as both of us know. I mean, we remember early generation X5s and how bad those were.
Yeah, they were not bad. Huh? Early generation X5 was also good. Let's say early generation Sumos.
Okay. Or say even when the soft roaders, as we call them, not a Pajero, not a Land Cruiser, which are proper off-roaders. The early generation ones were a bit of body to now. Now SUVs defy physics. I mean, stuff like
But from the environmental point of view?
Obviously a sedan. Obviously a hatchback. The smaller the car, the better.
Okay, India focus. Bajaj or TVS?
A tough one actually. Actually tough one. I mean, Rajiv Bajaj is a far better, the media treats him far nicer than maybe TVS, because they've got the tyranny of distance being down south. But definitely Bajaj from a point of view of what Bajaj has done. I mean, if there is a Make in India success story, it is Bajaj Auto. And what Bajaj, so from the streets of Lima in Peru to Cairo and Lagos and Jakarta, Iran, everywhere it's Bajaj. When they call themselves the world's favorite Indian, I mean, it is Bajaj. Bajaj. I mean, without Bajaj, there is no Make in India, frankly.
Currently, what is happening in the Indian automotive environment? Maruti or Hyundai?
Hyundai, because as you were talking earlier, because of what they're doing from a technological standpoint, for what they're bringing into the market, and you look at the infotainment system. Hyundai was the first guys to bring in Apple CarPlay and Android Auto into a car. Now everybody has followed. Now they're doing turbo petrols and dual clutch transmissions, which is, I mean, they've been around, as we discussed. Volkswagen had them, even the Fiesta and EcoSport had them. But Hyundai is possibly going to get it now on the i10. Yeah, next year we know they're going to get in the i10. So and the i20. I mean, if Hyundai sets up a second plant, we know that, even 600,000 next plant, they'll probably sell. I mean, Maruti will be screwed if Hyundai sets up a second plant in India.
Okay, Hyundai Motor Group. So with Hyundai and Kia, will they be able to overtake Maruti Suzuki in India? Not right now. I'm talking 5 years down.
Then they are plant 3 then, because there are only 2 right now, and the second one is only 300k and the 700k in Chennai. So about 1 million. So to catch up with Maruti, you need double that, triple that. But yes, I think Suzuki, until Suzuki, I mean, we all know the rumors that Toyota might buy them over and all of that. Suzuki will find it difficult to exist as an independent car maker, right? Because the amount of money you can put in, because to development and all of that, and Suzuki looks at India as a cash cow. So that's why the dividends that Maruti pays Suzuki are important for Suzuki. So yeah, what does
when will Maruti Suzuki or Suzuki Motor Company become a division of Toyota Motor Group?
I think when the old man passes on. As long as the old man is there, I think it's fine. And
okay, Hero or Honda? Two-wheelers.
In the Indian context, maybe Hero, but Honda globally, Honda's eaten two-wheelers, right? I mean,
yeah. So I'm talking about the Indian context.
Still Hero, I would say still Hero, not because of what they do and how they understand the Indian customer. But yes, again, long run from a technology standpoint. But of course, we don't know how the things are changing. Sorry, just listening right.
Normally we stop here, but we can't stay because they're setting up for a big event over the weekend. So we are going to bypass it, but I understand from Paul that there is problems with the road possibly, so just bear with us as we find a way through.
Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, carry on. Yes.
IC engines or electrics?
Oh boy. The next car any of us buys will probably be the last purely IC car we buy. I do not believe that. At least a plug-in or whatever will be next, but the road to zero emissions may not be just electric. I think there's a lot that can happen on the hydrogen front.
So electric's hype or need of the hour?
Listen, there's a lot of hype. You've not looked at the full environmental cost of electrics. So this is great, guys. Electric's a bit of hype because we haven't really.
Very popular area at the weekend.
Okay.
Lakes. We come up here and camp and take the family out. That's to the right. On the left-hand side, we have many of the stables which participate in the endurance racing. Of course, the McToons and their families are very big into the endurance racing here, so we may see quite a lot of horses out training.
The Le Mans of horses.
Yes. 24 hours. Anyway, so we're saying electrics, yes, electrics are the future, but we haven't looked at the environmental cost of electrics. I mean, processing the lithium, getting the lithium from South America.
Coal-fired power plants.
The coal-fired power plants. But no, again, that is in the long run. Today, there's a carbon cost of electric. As the world moves to more renewable sources of power, things will change. I'm not worried about that in that respect, but yes. Are we going to move? I mean, it won't be a bad thing for Bolivia to become the next Saudi Arabia. It is a very poor country, but we haven't thought this through. And I don't think in India the government has thought this through from a complete policy perspective. In China, obviously they have. I'm not saying. I mean, I've worked with the government at times, so yeah, not as if they haven't thought of these issues. But I think electrics. There are all sorts of issues in a country as big as India, and I don't think electrics are a sort of magic solution as they're being made out to be by some people.
What do you think of the Chetak, the electric Chetak?
Interesting. I think it's interesting. I think it took Bajaj a long time to get back to the scooter market. I think you should have done an IC scooter. You should still done a 150cc scooter instead of going all electric and trying to be all. But I think this is a way for them to save face rather than had he come up with a 150cc scooter, it would have been everybody said, "We told you so." Now he's saying at least it's electric, so well, maybe.
Kia or Hyundai?
That's a tough one, right? It's not quite the same. I think it's I don't think there's so much differentiation between the brands as yet. I think hopefully they won't get into a Volkswagen Skoda sort of thing in India, where there becomes no brand differentiation. But I'd like to see how the new Creta looks before, because if the new Creta and the Seltos are virtually the same, then I don't know.
So if the new Creta and the Seltos are virtually the same, would you buy the Kia or the Hyundai?
I'll buy a Hyundai.
You buy the Hyundai?
Okay, so we're going to turn
We've had the brand around for a while. I think they've been Hyundais in that.
Car coming down, just going to hold until it gets past.
I think the family's had Hyundais for a while. I mean, that said, I have a very close friend who's a Kia dealer. I have close friends who are Hyundai dealers, so it's all. Excuse me. So it's a bit of everything. But I'd probably still buy Hyundai.
Okay. Mercedes, Audi or BMW?
Depends on the product, frankly.
So you had 50 lakhs to spend. 60 lakhs now. 50 lakh days are over. But you had 60 lakhs to spend. What would you buy?
330i.
Okay.
Because again, I said sedans over SUVs, and both of us were on the track with the 330, and I had the 330 in the city. It's wow. It's because at 50 to 60, that's all you can buy right nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's if I had to buy an SUV, maybe actually possibly BMW again. The X1 is just the best in that class. I don't know. I mean, right now in that segment of the market.
In his briefing, we are subject to speed limits in here, believe it or not. As you can see, there's a sign there for 20. Whether or not we have a buffer here, I don't know. But if you start to go too fast, you get covered in dust anyway. You don't see anything. Most of what we have here is a clear track. I think we call them metal roads in some parts of the world. So it's just pretty much what we'll be driving on.
What would you buy?
Please feel free. I think you are testing different settings if you feel that way.
So I try and find 5 lakh rupees more and buy a 530D M Sport. BS4 discounts.
BS4 discounts. Yeah, but BMW's entire range will be BS6 in a few.
Yeah.
That's really what's selling us.
Yeah. So now's the best time to buy.
Yeah, that is. We're driving an Audi, incidentally. So we're driving the Q8 55 TFSI. So one question, Sirish. Once upon a time when I saw an Audi, PM or Merc, I could make out the engine size by seeing the number.
Yeah.
Now,
I have
with Audi, I give up.
No clue. I have zero clue. I've read about it. I've tried to make sense of it. I still have no clue. We have Audi's marketing big boss sitting behind. So afterwards he's going to give us a lecture on how this numbering system works, but I have zero clue.
Yeah.
I used to drive an A4, a 2.0 TDI.
So
I could understand what it was.
Or you had the 1.8 TFSI.
Yeah, you could understand what you were driving. But now, and the A4 3-liter TDI, wow, what a car.
What a car it was back in the day.
Quattro, all of that, superb.
But it's insane. I mean, this is with all brands, right? You know, like the 330i is a 2-liter engine. It's not a 3-liter petrol as you might think. Oh,
exactly.
It's a 3-liter V6 once upon a time. And earlier they got in the 328 with BMW. I mean, even Mercedes.
And it's even with Mercedes, yeah. Their C300 is a 2-liter engine.
It's a 2-liter engine.
Yeah. So it is confusing, and that is to do with this whole downsizing. So engines are getting downsized, but I think marketeers are very worried how their customers will perceive or take downsizing. So you've got a last generation 330i, and your new generation car is more powerful, but it's a 320i, which a buyer will probably not accept. So that is the fight.
No, it's quite interesting because the guys in my office, and I had the Triber recently. A guy in my office said,
guys, I'm going to swing a little bit wider so we can all get lined up.
Okay. But the guy just said, no, Triber is only 1-liter engine. I said, enough, nahi, दूसरी गाड़ी में 1.2 hai. And I think that mindset where people equate CC to power is still there.
But it is the easiest way, right?
It is easy.
Not everybody is an automotive expert, right? Like, we are not stock market experts. You might be, but I'm not. So you got to do what works best for the largest common denominator.
Fair enough. Anyway, we'll stop now. I don't know, because we are coming to a standstill.
You just switch it off.